going? Are we live?
We are going. We are going.
It's like 30 days to TFN. 30 days to TFN. And we did some questions last weekend, of which quite a few people have answered them. And there doesn't seem to be much in the way of interaction this year, not a huge amount. So I thought I'd do another video. We'd do another video because
you don't do it by yourself anymore.
No, you are my youthful ward when it comes to doing videos.
Yeah.
Just the old questions are old questions.
We just copied and pasted it from last year.
Yeah, we've done them far too many times. So, new questions, okay? My youthful assistant with the beautiful new hair and a new tattoo. Do you want to talk about that very quickly?
My leg hurts like bruised up meat.
6 hours Sharkticon tattoo, which I'm sure you will all get to see at some point.
Well, that means I'll have to get my thighs out.
Well, then
that's not a good sign.
When it's looking nice, I'll take a photo of it that doesn't give too much away.
Okay, thanks.
Question number one.
Question number one is: who was your favourite person that you have met at a convention?
Do you want to go first?
No, you can. Because I'm asking you the questions.
Are you not going to answer them?
Yeah, I will.
I got to meet Ray I Love Mess. And the most important thing about meeting Ray I Love Mess, because Ray was my favourite reviewer. Half the reason I do reviews is because I used to watch Ray, and Ray would get me excited about a toy. I bought so many shit toys because of Ray. He was on another level about just turning the camera on, no editing, no nothing. Turn it on, talk about the toy, turn it off. He had his little formula. Look at I can't remember what it was. Little bit of background, not enough to do you any harm. Little bit of BG. And when I met Ray, it was nice to meet Ray, and I got a hug off Ray, which was fantastic. It's a lot shorter than I thought he was going to be in real life.
Like I thought you.
Yes. And it was at the Holiday Inn where they had a big white piano, and I got to watch Ray play the piano, which sounds a bit gushy, doesn't it?
It does sound
Sounds
really
like I've got a man crush. I'm quite okay to have a man crush on Ray. That's absolutely fine. But it was really, really nice to see Ray, someone that I've got. And we all enjoy watching each other's YouTube videos, and it's nice when everyone gets to meet everyone. But Ray was a celebrity before there were celebrities in the UK. Ray is what few used to be. Ray used to be what few is now.
Aww.
Or Ben, but because Ben's different to few, I think. Sorry,
different
Ben.
dynamic.
They are a different dynamic, yes. So yes, I got to meet, and yeah, Ray. Yeah. And I met this girl at a convention.
Oh, thanks. I like how you slipped that in after. You're like, yeah, I met this girl at this convention. Well, I met this boy at a convention, and his name was Stu Adams, and he told me to shut my dirty mouth. I think that was my best favourite.
In 2 years, the one thing that you always come back to is Hugh telling you to shut
my dirty mouth. Yeah.
I was there when he did it as well. He was quite drunk, quite rude, and it was hilarious.
So, no, my favourite person that I've met had to be Peter Spellos, because if anybody knows me, they know that I love sharks, and he voiced Skybite, and it was just really cool. He was just a really cool guy. He had a chat, remembers my name, added me on Facebook.
He remembers lots of names.
He remembers a lot of names. He's really, and
it's all genuine. It's easy to sit there and think that he remembers lots of young ladies because he's an older gentleman. He's like, oh, he's not like that at all. He's just, I met him in the car park, and he just went, you guys all right? You had a nice convention. What you here for? What's your favourite? And I'm like, fucking hell, you're the famous one. We're supposed to be coming up to you going like, oh, tell me this, and you're coming up to us.
Yeah.
He was really nice.
It was really interesting to listen to at his talk as well, when they did a talk with him. And I was really glad that they got him back the second year as well, because I could just listen to his stories of voice acting and stuff like that for ages. So yeah. Question number 2 is what was your favourite pickup?
Oddly, the one thing that I was really grateful for buying is my the MK-01, which is the Dark of the Moon Gundam kit of Optimus Prime. And every time I see that now, it still makes me smile. I never expected to see one at all, and then when I went there, one person had one of them, and it cost
a bazillion pound.
A lot of money. It was over £100 for this stupid thing, and it's just like an 11-inch, very skinny, very fragile. I've actually broken it twice and had to put it back together.
Like literally snapped it.
It's not an action figure. It's not even as robust as a Gundam. It falls apart really easily, and I just love it because it's about as accurate to Optimus Prime as you can possibly get. It's properly lush.
My leg is burning right now.
Yes.
My favourite pickup at a convention is, I think I've picked up way too much shit I can't really think about.
Join the club.
But the first thing that I want to say come into my mind is Thunderblast. I looked for her for 2 conventions and then found her on the 3rd one, and I remember asking my ex-husband to help me rummage through all the loose toys, and he was like, what am I looking for? And I was like, you're looking for a purple boat or something that looks like a lady with big floppy wings on the back of her. And everything he picked up was not.
Is that the Energon boat mold?
The Energon? No, that's the Sharkticon that you're thinking about. No, it's doing the bliss. And then I think I even roped in like a 2nd additional person to help us try and find one. And I think that was when my ex-husband decided that he never wants to be at a convention again, because the person kept going, no, that's a so-and-so, so-and-so, you're looking for this. And he was just like, I'm out. I'm going. I'm going away. He's just been told off by this other nerd. So yeah.
I can't have any opinions about that story.
Biggest convention mistake?
Getting too drunk and going home on the Sunday at midday.
Do you always bring that up though?
But that is the biggest mistake. It's the biggest mistake. I've ruined it. There's so much still to happen. And since then, I've subsequently realised that Sunday afternoon, the very, very best thing I can do for me, personally, the Mary Berry best thing that I can do on a Sunday around about 1 o'clock that we did last year, and it really, really worked, and it did it the year before, and that's really,
because you were
really
hanging
worked.
out with me, because I'm just so fucking cool.
Camp at the bar, put some interesting toys, put some of the best purchases that you've got at the bar, find somewhere decent to stash all your clobber, because they kick you out of your room by 3 o'clock.
Preferably take a car with you so you can stash it.
Yes, yeah. And just sit at the bar.
With your favourite toys, favourite purchases.
Not at the bar drinking. You don't have to be drinking. You don't have to be sat there getting shit-faced.
Just have some water.
Find a table, get a coffee, a tea, the aforementioned fish finger sandwich,
That's
whatever.
£1 million.
And just get the 2 or 3 things that you bought from the convention that year that really make you happy, and put them on the table, and wait for all your friends to wander by and say, oh, what have you got? Let me have a look. It's the because Saturday is brutal. Saturday is so hectic and wayward and disjointed and inspirational and chaotic that Saturday you can't plan anything or do anything or really enjoy anything. You just have to let the day wash you over. But then Sunday morning is essentially a hangover, and then you go and sweep up some of the tat that's left for half price and that sort of thing. And then sit at the bar and then just let all your friends wander by. Last year at the bar we were just sat there and Jim and Carol came by.
Oh yeah, we
and
see
it was
them all.
nice to see them, and we sat with Stu. We just sat with people. You just sit with people that you only get to see once a year, and it just feels like a really, really good idea to sit down and plant yourself in one place. So my biggest mistake was getting too hammered and going home, and the reason it was my biggest mistake is because going home isn't optional, because it's once a year and you've got to make the most of it.
Yeah. I think mine is kind of similar to that, because for like 3 of the years, I think the first year I only bought Saturday tickets, and then the second year I bought full weekend tickets, and I did the cosplay competition and I stayed all of Saturday, but then I never even bothered turning up to the Friday or the Sunday, because that was me kind of like socialised out. I was like, yeah, that's it, now I'm done, just do the one day, I'm cool if I miss the other 2. But you kind of paid all that money to do all 3 days and you don't do it. And I think the first year that we got together was the first time that I had been the whole weekend, and it is so much fun. And my biggest regret was not doing that the other years and getting a hotel room and staying over and just hanging out with peeps.
But it is the peeps that you're with, isn't it? It's having a circle. It's having a good enough. For example, I'm having a phone conversation. I've got a phone date with Dorian this evening.
Aww.
Dorian Macquarie, and you have to have a friend group. You have to have some people there that you know well enough to make base camp, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you can start building on all the other stuff from there. Which is why we've said, Tony Thrussell, teach me how to count.
Yeah.
Teach me about personal hygiene. Tony always says, make sure you talk to people before you go, so when you get there you can be like, hi, well, I'll meet you at 11 o'clock at the bar, and then we'll go and do psh, and the show will start.
Yeah.
That is a very good idea. Just reach out. I mean, the chances that you're going to this and not knowing a single person there are somewhere between slim and none.
Yeah.
So
I think the only way that you're not going to see people that you know is if that you are a complete recluse, if you don't get involved with the social part of Transformers,
and
which there are some people.
Definitely there.
Yeah, but there are some people who don't want to be on forums and talk to people about it. Some people just like their secret collection in the loft that they see maybe once or twice.
My private collection.
My private collection.
Is that the end of that question?
Yes, sorry, I've
right.
just literally
Waffly
waff,
waffle.
waff, 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 waff. And then we've got one question that's got 2 answers. What are your favourite 2 stories from past
Let's do one. You do yours, and I'll do one, and then you do one, and then I'll do.
You do the first one, because I can't really. I've got to try and make it up on the spot because I haven't really thought about it.
Oh.
Go, 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 go! Pressure,
So,
pressure, pressure.
The first one wasn't at a TFN. The first one, it was strangely, it was at Roll Out Roll Call when it was in London.
Yeah.
But it wasn't at Roll Out Roll Call.
Is this when you
Yes.
met this girl? And it's
Yes.
your favourite story?
Yes.
Because she's fucking awesome.
Yes. Yes. But that's not essentially the story. The story is on Saturday night.
Oh yeah, I remember.
We all were hungry, and there were quite a few of us there, and like 2 or 3 of us said, well, let's go to a pub down the road. And then someone who lives locally to the London area said, well, actually there's a nice pub down the road, but it's a bit of a walk. And we were all like, well, that's all right, because a few was pissed and could have done with a walk and just worked some of it off at that point. And a whole load of us, just loads of us.
Yeah, there was loads of us.
Yeah,
there was about
all
20
got together.
of us.
Yeah, so a big old gang of robot nerds. I'm not going to mention any names, but there were some cool people there. There were some cool in the sing people there, and it was nice because for just 5 minutes it didn't matter if you were famous or infamous.
I'm going to join in on this story. This is going to be my favourite one as well, just because
it was great.
It was really good. It was really good.
Just the walk up there was hilarious, and the walk back was hilarious, and when we were at the pub it was hilarious, and then when we finished dinner and it had started raining, we all went inside and slowly started taking the pub over because more and more people turned up because it was like phone calls going, oh well, we're at so and so.
Yeah.
Get your ass down here. And we stayed there till about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening, and it was just...
I think it was longer than that, wasn't it? Kick-out time. They actually kicked us out at kick-out time.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not true.
It was.
Well, I don't remember that bit, but maybe that's because I was drunk.
You were very drunky drunk. But, we should mention names.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed talking to the Mapes brothers.
Yes.
And they were so knowledgeable. And they're so knowledgeable, but they don't make it out as if you're a thicko for not knowing some of this stuff.
Which our scene is unfortunately absolutely known for and rife with.
Yeah. But then they'll show you like, okay, yeah, so this is what I'm talking about, and they'll just go straight to the relevant pictures to show you and stuff.
Yeah,
and they're just
sat there at the pub, showing you Dropbox folders full of visionaries, prototypes, and original artwork and stuff like that.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
So it was our own little like slideshow.
Yes.
Like panel talk without them being awkward in a panel room.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Thew getting really drunk and swearing at people.
You just loved that Thew was really drunk and swearing at people.
But that was when he told you.
I'll never forget that
moment. Shut your filthy mouth. Shut your damn mouth. But
any boy that says that to me, I just take him away.
Because there was a guy that no one really knew who he was, and we all dragged him along with us. There were a couple of other people that were just there for the event, and they all went along with us. We didn't know where we were going, and we didn't know what we were doing. It was just a whole load of people who had something in common.
I think we had like 3 tables, didn't we? Of just people eating burgers and stuff in the back garden. Wasn't it like by an airport as well? So
yes,
like occasionally these noisy airplanes would go over.
Yeah.
Second story.
Am I doing the second story?
Well, yeah, because that's now both of our stories.
My second story is there's a couple of really nice ones, but the second story is the bar at the Holiday Inn. And I don't, when I say this, right, I really don't want to sound like I'm devaluing TF Nation and the Hilton and the bar, except that the bar at the Hilton is about as clinical or dull as it possibly gets, and it will never ever ever surpass the glory that was 2010's bar at the Holiday Inn.
But the problem with you is like the early 2000s is your like prime year, so you're never gonna, nothing is ever gonna be 2010,
and that is because of the nostalgia. But at the same time, turning up to the event, because first when I turned up on the Sunday and met loads of people, and then squeezed all that into just such a small finite amount of time, that I just basically wish I'd done it better. So the next year to sit there at the bar and then have Donnie and Brad and Bubs and Dean and Sammy and just all of that lot, just all of them, the gang, the whole lot of them, just everyone. If you were there, then you know Matt Clark, who I bought a toy off him that year, and it was incredible. It was just absolutely mind-numbing to be in the thrill of it, in the throng of it, and to sit there at the bar, this tiny stupid little bar that had no room. And then what was the actual point of the story? My favourite bit was watching Scott McNeil. And I think it was Scott McNeil and Greg Berger. Was it them two at the same time? Anyway, Scott McNeil at the bar, wearing a cowboy hat, chatting up all the girls, giving autographs to all the boys, drinking pints, no segregation, no, well, the famous people have got a special little bar on the 3rd floor where all the executives go and stuff like that. He was literally, right, well, this is fucking what I do. This is what I do. So I'm going to sit down in the middle of everyone and soak up all of this adulation. And he was in his element. And it was fantastic to sit there and watch him do the voices from all the Beast Wars stuff and stuff like that to all the people at the bar.
And they just loved it. Soaking it up, lapping every word
as inclusive as it can possibly get. And maybe it's that emotion which is why it affects my memory of the Holiday Inn, because I know if we went back to the Holiday Inn now, it would just be a travesty. It'd just be bad. But it was the year before all the riots. It was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
It's
good.
It was
double good.
Probably that was the best moment, and then being up in the room with Bubs and Brad and everyone, and Johnny and H and Dodie and all that lot, all the InGen lot, playing with toys, because it was the first time I'd ever really sat in a room with loads of other grown men and played toys. It was the first time we'd actually sort of acknowledged as a male grown-up human being that this is who I am and this is what I do and this is okay. It was a glorious, glorious moment. It was good. It was good.
It's good.
It was good.
10 times good.
10 times good.
10 good.
Infinity good.
Awesome good. My favourite story, I don't know. Well, my favourite moment was when I won the TFN cosplay competition.
I actually cried at that.
Did you cry at that?
Yeah, I actually shed a tear.
He's so proud of me.
What a fucking idiot.
Fucking hell. Because that costume was literally blood, sweat and tears went into that costume.
Yes.
Because I was getting
phone calls and WhatsApps.
Oh my god, yeah, I was getting divorced. I was being kicked out of my house. It was such a fucking shit time, and I battled through it and kind of created that outfit and did it, and I entered it, and I did kind of think, oh, this is a bit shit, but it was better than the year before because I did the circuit one, and there was like some techniques that I'd never used, like I'd never used EVA foam before, or warbler, or anything like that, or spray paint, because the year before I painted it in like latex paint.
That was the year that I remember you painted your patio floor.
Oh yeah, because I'd spray paint it in blue, and then I was like, oh, and then I was like,
really bad. I'd get divorced. I shouldn't really be living here anymore. So I painted the floor blue just to make things better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and yes, and I think going on stage, I was totally bricking it. I was so hot as well in that costume. Like, it's so fucking stupid making it all out of EVA foam, and you're just sweating. And I don't think I kind of really believed it that I'd won. I was just like, I think I could have had a little cry, and I do feel a bit sad that I kind of ripped the whole costume up and put it in plastic bags and left it for the hotel to kind of
get rid of.
Get rid of.
Get it home on the train.
Because I couldn't get it home on the train. I had nowhere to store it, and it's a bit of a shame. And even the guy who created Nickel for the comics was there, and he took photos of it, and it was just really cool. It was just so cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Your trophy is broken, but still takes.
My trophy snapped in the first 2 minutes of having it. Like, it just detached from the base. And I'm really sorry, TFN, and I love it. And it always goes in pride of place everywhere I go. And I should really get my arse into gear and do another cosplay. But it's kind of like I won that one, and now I'm kind of like content with winning. Yeah. So those are the new, well, they're not new TFN questions, they're just kind of like, they're just, we might do some questions every week that people can answer running up to TFN, but these are just some questions that you can answer.
This is just Tales from the Fiesta. Tales from the Fiesta!
So now we've got to literally go driving everywhere for like an hour while we record something.
Well, I'm trying to make videos again. We had a play date where we played robots yesterday, didn't we?
You had a play date with Martin Cull.
Yes.
And you hung out and you played robots.
Shout to Martin.
Martin Cull.
Who I had a clandestine meeting with in a car park today to exchange plastic crack.
Yes, you did. Because Martin Cull brought around the one toy that you were like, no, I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wait till TFN. And then you just went,
oh, I've got to buy
Martin, could I have it, please? And then this year we've got to find out what Martin Cull wants.
Really wants. And I've got to buy it out from underneath him and go, ha, fuck you. I'm having it. And then it might
and then 6 months later, sell it off.
Is that it?
I think that's it. I think we're done.
Tales from the Fiesta.
This is Tales from the Fiesta.
Dave and Emalie.
Dave and Emalie. Yay! I've got a really fat sore leg from having ink smashed into it, and I'm dying.
You're gonna have a few drinks tonight and go to sleep.
I'm not gonna have a few drinks because doesn't it like thin your blood?
Yes.
And I'll just bleed out.
I'll make sure you don't bleed out.
Okay.
You can have one of your pear ciders. Don't think